Hey, it's George. Just wanted to do another video. Went and saw The Residents Friday night. It was really amazing. They played for like an hour and a half. They didn't say anything to the audience. So I just wanted to show you what I got from that show and show you my other Resident stuff. I figured I have small enough of a collection where I can just show you everything. So yeah, I'll show you stuff I got from the show first, and then I'll show you other stuff I have. First thing I got was before the show, we were just standing outside, and I got a flyer from the show. The show was in a church, which was pretty weird. We were really close. We were like second from the front. So I was happy to get this. I like flyers a lot, so that was cool. And I got this because I'm a nerd, but it was just on one of the doors, and it just said March 17th, The Residents. So there's that. It was the first time I'd ever seen him, so I was pretty stoked. And then as far as merch, we went to the merch table before and after the show. Stuff I got before was Santa Dog 2022. I've wanted a copy of Santa Dog in some way for a while. They've done a bunch of different versions. So I was happy to have that. And then they were actually selling overstock from the 80s of This Is a Man's World. I was really happy to get this because this is the song that I first heard by the Residents. I was introduced, I was aware of them, but I was introduced to them through the VC actually, when I was still watching Derek Vaughn's videos regularly. He showed them, and the album cover just really piqued my interest. So anyway, it's kind of nice to have a song that first introduced me to them. So yeah. And then they played. We were second from the front. We were really close. They sounded amazing. They did probably 20, 25 songs. A lot of stuff off Duckstab. A lot of stuff I hadn't heard before. A lot of newer stuff. I'm not super familiar with their newer catalog, but I kept making eye contact with the drummer the whole time. Not the whole time, but quite a bit. And he did backup vocals on some of the songs, and he would push away his microphone every once in a while. And one time he looked at me and just went, which I thought was funny. But the drummer was really solid, and the guitarist was amazing. And Homer Flynn his vocals were great. But I noticed when I was looking at the drummer, there was a piece of paper there taped. So after they were done, after they did an encore, and then after they were done with the encore, I just, ran up next to the side of the stage. We were on the drummer's side, and got this set list, which I was pretty excited about. Oh, it's upside down. God. But you can see they did Hello Skinny, Bach, Constantinople, Kill Him, Doggy, Rosebuds, Lizard Lady, Die Die Die, which was their newest song released, I think. And then the encore was When We, Discamo, and Nobody Laughs. The drummer was playing electronic drums, so I'm thinking that the numbers here were maybe the settings that he had to punch in, but I could be wrong. But so I thought I was pretty excited about that. And then we went back to the merch table at the end of the show. After the show, they were airing the new film by the Residents and Homer Flynn, Triple Trouble, but we had to go because, it was late and it was in Seattle. So we had to drive back here. And so my mom wanted to get a couple things for her friends, and she bought me a couple things, which is really nice. She bought me their newest single, Die Die Die. It's two different versions of the song, and the first version has Black Francis on vocals. It's on clear vinyl. It's really, really nice packaging. It's got this cool sticker actually stuck on there. It's not printed. And she also got me this book, Faceless Forever, Residents Encyclopedia. and it's literally just everything they've done, every EP, every live album, every single, alphabetically. And what I kind of made me mad and made me really excited, and it was just a weird mix of emotions when I read this. On the back it says, every recording, every performance, every trivial resonance driblet you can imagine, all in convenient alphabetical order. And then it says, or it may be a mountain of red herrings and dead ends. We're not allowed to tell. So that was like, oh my God, you know what I mean? It's like, I mean, they kind of did that with the Resonance documentary, but I just thought that was so cool. So anyway, cool book. And every purchase also came with these nice stickers. So every person got a sticker, but since I was in the merch line twice, I got 3. So one of them's on my guitar case, and these other 2 I'll keep. So I thought that was pretty cool. I think it was their 50th anniversary tour, this is. I hope they aren't done after this. I'd really like to see them again. Anyway, we met some people there who had seen them like 20, 30 times. It was crazy. So the Resonance albums I own that I had before the show, I don't have too many. I don't have everything. I mean, there's stuff, I don't come across it too often. And when I do, it's kind of expensive. The first one is Fingerprints. This came out 77, but this is a reissue from 88. I think the original cover was in grayscale, black and white. It's on that nice Ralph Records label. Isn't Ralph another word for barf? I just thought of that. I'd never thought of that before. But this has some great stuff. This has You, Yes, 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 Yes. God Song, which is great. Bossy is good. Probably my favorite on here is Boohoo. And then the B-side, or side 2, is a 17-minute song, which I'm not as into, but it's still cool. The next one I have, this is a reissue. And I think this originally came out, 78, 79? This is Duckstab. I think Duckstab was originally the combination of 2 EPs that came out. But yeah, it's a great album. You get Constantinople, Sinister Exaggerator, Booker T's, Blue Rosebuds, Laughing Song's really good, Lizard Lady, Hello Skinny. But this has my favorite Resonance song, which is The Electrocutioner, which is basically like a story song about a guy getting put on death row and then being electrocuted. It's a really great song. So it doesn't sound that great when I talk about it, but it's a great song. Anyway, Duckstab, yeah. Next one I have is from the Mole Trilogy. I only have one from the Mole Trilogy on vinyl, and that's Tune of Two Cities. This is the first Resonance album I ever bought. This is an original. That Duckstab was a reissue, by the way, from 2012, I think. But this is an original from, 81, 82? 82, yeah. And I just love this. I just love their artwork. It's just fantastic artwork. And this is a good album. I don't like it as much as Duckstab or Fingerprints, but I still like it. And then the next one I have is from, I think, 84. The last one, actually, that I have is from 84, on vinyl at least. And that's George and James Composer Series Volume 1. One side of this is 3 George Gershwin covers, and then the other side is a bunch of covers of James Brown, but it's all supposed to be replicating James Brown live at the Apollo. Once again, their imagery is just amazing. I just love their album covers, and so anyway, this is a good record. Once again, I don't like it as much as Duckstab or Fingerprints, but it's still cool. Oh, I do have one more Resonance album on vinyl, and that is, I have 2 copies. That's Residue of the Resonance. Oh, upside down. And I have 2 copies because this is an original, and this is a 2LP expanded reissue. But supposedly the reissue has a different version of their cover of Jailhouse Rock. So I got to listen to them back to back and figure out if it is a different version. If it is it good enough for me to keep a whole nother record? So anyway, they both have different back covers. I really like this back cover. This is really cool. So yeah, but this has stuff from 77, 79, there's a song from 71 called Kamikaze Lady, which is great. Get Boy in Love, which is an outtake from the commercial album, I think, which is really good. Discamo, I really like their cover of Jailhouse Rock. Walter Westinghouse, I really like. I think it's an outtake from Fingerprints. And then on the expanded version, you get Loserweed, which is the B-side of their cover of Satisfaction. And you get a bunch of other stuff from the 70s, but you actually get a couple songs from the 90s and later 80s. So anyway, this is a great album. For some reason, I really enjoy when there's like a oddities comp. There's something really cool about those. I'm also going to show an artist who worked with the Residents pretty religiously up until he died, and that's Snakefinger. This is a reissue. This is from 79. This is one of my favorite albums of 79. I love Snakefinger. He's an amazing guitarist. Before he worked with the Residents, he was in a band called, pub rock band called Chili Willy and the Red Hot Peppers, who played with Brinsley Schwartz and Flip City a lot. So that's pretty cool. I just wonder how you go from, hanging out with Elvis Costello and Nick Lowe to the Residents, Anyway, this is a great album. He does a cover of The Model, which, dare I say, I prefer over Kraftwerk's version. He does What Wilbur, which is great. Vultures of Bombay, I love. But I think my favorite, other than the cover of The Model, is Kill the Great Raven, which is really, really good. And once again, it's on reissue on Ralph Records, colored vinyl. And I do have a couple singles. I have, I think this is a reissue from 78 of their cover of Satisfaction. I think it originally came out 76 with a different cover. And it has Loserweed on the back. It's on colored vinyl. And then I also have one Snakefinger single. And this is from 79 from that album. And the A-side is What Wilbur. And then the B-side is Kill the Great Raven. And this is a really cool cover. I think all of the Residents artwork Homer Flynn did. And all Snakefinger artwork Homer Flynn did. Who is, the singer of the Residents. But not really. It's kind of like, So, anyway. And then I have a couple CDs. I have commercial album on CD, which is really cool. I would love to have this on vinyl. But this is a great album. You get Perfect Love, Picnic Boy. Picnic Boy is probably my favorite. Great songs. Medical Man's great. Each of these songs on here are 1 minute. And there's 40 songs. And this is a 2 CD expanded edition, so there's a lot of material. And it actually is kind of a gatefold, and I'll just read to you what it says, because it's really funny. It says, Point 1, pop music is mostly a repetition of 2 types of musical phrases, the verse and the chorus. Point 2, these elements usually repeat 3 times in a 3-minute song, the type usually found on top 40 radio. Point 3, cut out the fat, and pop's song is only 1 minute long. Point 4, 1 minute is also the length of most commercials, and therefore their corresponding jingles. Point 5, jingles are the music of America. Conclusion, to convert these jingles to pop music, program your turntable, CD player, or other audio playback device to repeat each song 3 times. So that's pretty cool. Commercial album. I'd love to have that on vinyl. And then on CD, I also have the Residents Mole Box. This has parts 1, 2, and 4 of the Mole Trilogy. There was never a part 3. And everything has... And all these have bonus tracks. So you get the Mole Trilogy, Tune of Two Cities, and The Big Bubble. And then you get 2 different live shows. You get this live show and this live show, and some outtakes, which is pretty cool. So yeah, and then the last thing I have is this book. This is probably the crown jewel of my residence collection, Sight for Sore Eyes, Volume 1. This is limited. I have number 1043 out of 2000. It's really kind of an archival release of a lot of their artwork, a lot of their real early stuff. It's really, really great book. It has some really cool pictures. And I believe it goes up to the Big Bubble or maybe the Georgian James album, but it comes with a single. It's a one-sided single, and it's an outtake from Not Available, which I don't have. I'd really like to have that album, but it says, in the original story of Not Available, there was a 6th character called Nobody. However, he was ultimately removed from the operetta by the residents because he was deemed too negative. So this is the track about Nobody. I haven't listened to this yet. I want to get one not available before I listen to this, but this is still cool. And it comes with a little pocket inside the book that you just put the record in. So I don't know if I want to keep the record with the book or keep it with my other Resident singles. Tell me in the comments what you think. So anyway, that was it. That was my Residents collection. I love the Residents, but when I see their stuff in person, it's pretty expensive. I don't know if I already said this, but the records at the show are really expensive. That's why I only got singles. They wanted 60 and up per album. They were from the Residents archives. So they were older copies. But anyway, it was a fantastic show. And I'm glad I got to see him at least once, if this is, the end. So anyway, thanks for watching. Bye.